everyone, welcome back to another edition of Off Air with Kristen and Casey, sponsored by Food City. Thanks for the sponsorship. We love you.
Yeah, thank you guys so much. And speaking of Food City, a lot of people were there for Thanksgiving, getting all those ingredients. Of course, last week was Thanksgiving, so we're going to start there, kind of go back, and we'll touch on how our Thanksgivings were. And we'll start with you. Last week, you were off on Thanksgiving, and you told us what you were going to be doing with your family. So how was that, and how was the Thanksgiving holiday for you?
Yep, was off Thanksgiving Day. It was really nice. I got to sleep in, which is always wonderful. And then we loaded up the dog, we loaded up the daughter, and we went over to my brother-in-law's house. He hosted Thanksgiving this year, and he is living in a new house. So it was the first time we got to see his new house. And it was really fun. We got to just spend some time with them. They cooked, which was really nice. I didn't have to do any cooking. I did bring deviled eggs. That was my task. So I brought the deviled eggs and the sodas, and we spent some time with them pretty much the whole evening, and then just came back home. So it was very nice.
And if you don't notice, no Chipper tonight. So we're back to our last week. Chipper was here, and ratings went through the roof. When you say the dog's going to be on the show, everyone wants to see Chipper. So,
well, maybe you should bring Bristol.
Not as big of a lap dog, not quite a lap dog compared to a Chipper. Bristol's about 32, 33 pounds, and Chipper's like 3. Yeah. So, well, that's good. Glad you had a good holiday.
Okay, what about you? How was your Thanksgiving?
I was good. I did work on Thanksgiving in the evening, but I was put to work during the day before I came in, helped prepping, because we celebrated Thanksgiving on Saturday with my mom and brother who came down on Black Friday. So I was off on Black Friday, but on Thursday when Kelly got home from work, she gave me a task. She made macaroni and cheese, and I was in charge of shredding all the cheese with a shredder.
So I did that. A grater?
A grater. Yeah.
Oh, man.
I was, getting the wrist workout there. And
I got to get you. I know should be on your Christmas list. I got this cheese grater last year, and it's the kind that it suctions.
Okay.
And then you put the cheese block in it and just. It is life changing.
I wasn't terrible. Did that. Then I chopped some celery up for the stuffing. So that was my contribution. We did a lot of the prep work on Thursday, and then on Saturday, Kelly followed some Martha Stewart recipe she found online for a turkey recipe. So she made her first turkey for the 4 of us. My mom brought down some stuff as well. So it was good. We celebrated on Saturday, and we did check out. They came in on Friday. We checked out that evening Tennessee Hills that opened up in Bristol, right across from the Pinnacle, opened up on Friday. We went over there and checked that out. Very big facility. So definitely worth it. I know they have the place in Johnson City and one in Jonesboro. So this is their 3rd Tri-Cities location. So we did check that out.
And you're not a drinker, but did you enjoy, did you have some snacks or some food?
No, we ate over at Walk-Ons at the Pinnacle, and then went over there. And yeah, not a drinker, but it was a great atmosphere.
I can't wait to check it out.
Well, when you walk in on the bottom floor, they have a tasting area where you can go over and taste some things, and you can they have bottles on the shelf you can buy to take with you, and they have shirts, hats, that stuff. And then you go upstairs, and that's where you can order, a drink, sit down. They got probably, 20 tables, 20 areas to sit, and they have a little food menu as well. But we didn't eat any of the food, but my mom and Kelly each had a drink. And then I think, we were there for maybe about an hour, but it was very crowded Friday evening. Of course, it was opening day. So yeah, but you'll definitely have to check that out. And that place had been talked about for a long time. Finally opened here on Black Friday. So we had a good Thanksgiving. So we watched a lot of football over the weekend, a lot of rivalry games, a lot of flag planting was the big brouhaha. Everyone wanted to plant a flag and cause a fight. So there's a lot of games to keep an eye on this weekend.
Yeah, watched a lot of it.
We did, yeah. So that was good. Good to have Thanksgiving. Now it's okay, we're in December. Christmas is 3 weeks away. So we got, parade season right now, and then it'll be Christmas. So
have you done any Christmas shopping?
I guess, yeah, because we're doing something here at the station. Gift exchange that you started a couple years ago.
Yep.
Everybody buys a gift, wraps it up, and then you pick, with the white elephant.
Yep.
So I did buy my gift online on Cyber Monday for that. I mean, we do it's nothing extravagant here. We have a $20 or less limit here for the station, and there's about maybe about 20 people that participated in it the last 2 years we've done it.
Yeah,
So
it's been popular though. Everyone has asked me like, "Oh, are we going to do it again this year?"
Yeah.
So I'm happy I could bring some holiday cheer.
Yes,
great.
To the she does a great job. Or again, this will be our third year doing that. And actually, the first year we did it, I ended up with your gift.
That's right.
I mean, because you have no idea, what you're getting. So yeah, the first year I actually got Kristen's gift. It was a book, have not read a single page of it, and don't plan to, and we'll leave it at that for now. No need to get into the specifics of what kind of book it is. That's a conversation for off air that we can get into on that. So yeah. Now I want to talk about, this came up recently in the newsroom. You have a bit of a dilemma you found yourself in, and then it sparked a greater question of what's the etiquette. So kind of walk us through the dilemma you're facing for sometime next month.
Well, I'm glad you brought this up because maybe our viewers can help me out here. Okay, so I'm supposed to go to a wedding in January. To make it kind of short, it's a friend that I grew up with in high school. Like I've known her since high school, middle school. So she invited me to her wedding many, many years down the road. Well, my husband is not going to be able to make it with me, and I don't really want to go to the wedding by myself.
Where is it?
It's in Florida.
Yeah.
So I would have to, fly to Florida by myself, stay in a hotel. I didn't really want to do that by myself, but so I reached out to one of my other friends from high school who was also invited to the wedding, and I said, "Hey, are you going to the wedding?" And she was like, "I don't know. She's in occupational therapy classes right now. Don't know if I'm going to be able to get off. So not sure I'm going to make it. And it's kind of late to RSVP." Well, this Sunday I actually got a text because of the way technology is now with weddings. Like if you have an RSVP, because it's like an RSVP online, you didn't even have to send in a little thing. So it just sent me a text and was like, "Please RSVP by tomorrow, by December 1st, RSVP." So I was like, "Oh, I've got to make a decision." So I hit no because I was like, don't think, I haven't heard from my friend. Husband's not going, so I'll send her a gift. I've already bought her a gift. It's on the way, but I'm not going to go. Well, then today, 2 days later, my friend reaches out and goes, "Okay, I already bought my flights and whatever. Which hotel are we getting?" And I'm like, "Wait a second. You never said that we were going." And so I told her, I was like, "I already declined the RSVP. So I don't know what to do." And so she's like, "Am I really going to have to go by myself now? Because her husband is also not going. So now I'm leaving my friend out to dry." I'm like, "Oh my gosh." And now I actually have somebody I can go with. So it became this whole thing. So I reached out to my friend and said, "Hey, can I still go?" And I'm waiting to hear back. She hasn't messaged me back. But I'm like, is that tacky? Is that tacky to say no on the RSVP and then 2 days later ask to come to the wedding again? So that's what the debate became in the newsroom. And
it was 2 days after the RSVP deadline.
Yes.
Yeah.
But it's still a month or so away from the wedding.
About 6 weeks. Yeah.
And I would assume that you order extra food and things like that. Yeah. I don't know. But I asked her because she's my friend. So hopefully that's not tacky. But I posed the question in the newsroom. Do you think that's tacky? And what would you do? Would you be mad if I had RSVP'd to or said I wasn't coming to your wedding? And then, will you be mad on that just because I needed to be there? But let's say I just said no, I can't come to your wedding. And then 2 days later sent you a text and said, "Can I actually still come?" Would you be mad?
Yes, I think, and one of our producers, Matthew, who is not married, said, he's like, I think I would be a little upset. And I said, I think before going through a wedding process, I would have been on that same page being like, yeah, what the heck? You change your mind. But going through that and realizing stuff happens, but also we set our deadline. And then it was like, okay, we did that to have a buffer before you kind of give the final numbers for catering, you do the seating chart. So I'm like, 2 days later, I'm like, after going through the process, I'd be like, yeah, that's not a big deal to me. But again, everyone, and some people that might be a big deal, and that's fine. Everybody can be different. But if somebody did that 2 days after the fact, after they said they weren't coming, and then something happened, "Oh, now I can come now." 2 days, yeah, I'd be okay. Then if you get into the week, 10-day, 2-week mark after that, once maybe
Right.
food has been ordered, seating chart has been set up, then it can be kind of causing more trouble than it's worth. So you'll have to
And
keep us updated
now-
on what happens if you get because until you hear back from your friend, you're kind of in limbo right now.
I'm in limbo. And here's the thing. I'm not going to go if she doesn't respond.
Yeah.
Because if she doesn't respond, then that's,
Yeah.
But I'm also afraid I don't think she checks Facebook Messenger very often, and that's where I message her. So I'm like, maybe I should text her too. I don't know.
What do you guys think out there? You got any suggestions for Kristen? What's the protocol for this? Let us know. Drop us a comment and let us know, or let Kristen know.
But see, I feel like me personally, like I just wanted as many people to come to mine as possible. So like, I think I remember I was a little bit more irritated with people who just didn't RSVP at all. Like say yes or no in general.
Yeah.
But I also didn't have anybody say, oh, actually I can go.
Yeah. After saying no, never mind, I can now come.
We'll see.
Okay. All right. So that's something down the line to follow back. We'll circle back with that and get obviously we'll know if you're going or not, because you'll obviously have to make those arrangements. So we'll check in on that in the weeks ahead here, see what Kristen's dilemma is. If she hears back, and let us know what you think. Okay. Next up for topic of discussion is, before we get to checking receipts, last week, if you remember the games that were picked, one of them, Kristen's NFL game, was the Falcons, who were at home against the LA Chargers.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think you shared that on the podcast last week.
I did.
You did?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I shared, because remember I said that last week I did say I was picking the Falcons because my family was going to be there.
Yeah.
And I was going with the Quon power to bring them a win.
At that time, you didn't think you were going to be able to go to the game.
No, I did not. But
something changed.
Dun, dun, dun. So basically what my mom had done is she had bought 4 tickets for her, my brother, me, and my step-grandmother. And but she just bought these tickets and really didn't tell me, like, okay, this is the day or whatnot. And then she just called me and she said, oh, by the way, I bought these tickets. So of course it fell on a weekend that my husband was working. And so there was just like no way that I was going to be able to make it. Well, last minute, he decides to take off work and he's like, well, you don't want that ticket to go to waste, because they were just going to eat the ticket, I guess. And so he was like, why don't you just go? So Sunday morning, I drove up there. I left at 4:30 in the morning.
Drove down there.
Yeah, I left at 4:30 in the morning from the Tri-Cities, drove there, and then got there by like 9:30ish in the morning, immediately changed, hopped into the car, and off to the parking lot. We went to tailgate. So it was pretty fun. We got to tailgate with some.
Your step-grandmother lives in Atlanta.
Yes.
So that's why you went to her place. Yeah.
Yep. She lives in Marietta, which is North Atlanta, which is really nice. It's really convenient to the new Braves stadium as well.
Yeah.
So Turner, or used to be Truist, but used to be Turner was like a little bit further into Atlanta. Now it's really convenient if you want to go to a Braves game. But so we all got in the car together and then tailgated outside of Mercedes-Benz.
I'm sitting on the couch Sunday at about 11 something, and I see a message from Kristen, and I look at it, it's her tailgating at the Falcons. I'm like, oh, look at this. I'm like, oh, all of a sudden plans changed. She's like, here I am. So that's how I found out that she was going to be down there. And then obviously that game was not on here locally, so I wasn't able to watch it, but you see the score and you see the stuff. And I really want to get your input. You had a tremendous breakdown of what you think was wrong. If you didn't see the game, Falcons took the L.
It was rough.
Because of
Kirk
Cousins' 4 interceptions.
It was either because of Kirk Cousins' 4 interceptions or the fact that I went to the game. Somebody said, who was it? Somebody said, oh, Jarvis Heron, who used to work here as one of our sports people. He sent me a text and he goes, I think that you made Kirk nervous from being at the game, and that's why he played so bad.
So give me the breakdown of what you saw as a fan about what was going on. What's Kirk's problem?
I just think he just throws the ball at whoever. I think he runs the play that they tell him to play, and he does not look. I think he just
whatever option number one is.
Whatever option number one is, I'm throwing it there no matter what. That's what's happening.
Then, he gave a pick 6. And,
oh my gosh, it was just rough.
Yes.
Rough. Koo missed a
Young Wei Koo, yeah.
Young Wei Koo
Yeah.
missed one of our field goals. It was a rough game.
You said there were some celebrities there?
It was pretty close.
Some celebrities?
Yes, there were some celebrities. Ludacris was there.
Okay.
Lil Jon was there. And the Yin Yang Twins. So I got to see them. Matt James from The Bachelor. Do you watch that?
The last
Bachelor
two,
fan?
you said no. Matt James and the Yin Yang Twins. If you offered me $100,000, pick them out of a lineup, I could not do it.
No, Matt James is not with the Yin Yang Twins. Matt James is separate.
No, I know both.
Oh,
both
okay.
though. The Yin Yang Twins or Matt James, they were all in a lineup, and you said,
be able to...
if you can tell me who this person is, I'll give you $100,000. I would not be able to do it.
Well, he was there.
Okay.
The producer of The Walking Dead was there.
That's not, no.
There was an actor from Stranger Things. So there was a lot of people there.
Okay.
Everyone was trying to see
And
Falcons.
you and your family.
And me and the
The real
Quons.
celebrities, yeah.
The Quons were there.
Yeah.
But I will say this about Mercedes-Benz. I had been to Mercedes-Benz for the Taylor Swift concert.
Okay.
But I had not seen a football game yet there. The concessions are just top notch and incredible. They really got it down to a science. And then, when they built the stadium, Arthur Blank said, I want to make sure our concessions are the cheapest in the NFL. And it lives up to that.
Okay.
I think that with the exception of maybe Sam's Club, that's the cheapest place you can get a meal. Like a hot dog was $2. Like a slice of pizza, $3. I mean, it was all very, very reasonable. And they give you a cup now. Like you can buy the cup, like the souvenir cup was $4. And then all around the stadium, they just have like the concession, the Coke machines out there. So you just self-serve. And then at the fourth quarter, they turn it off.
Oh, okay. I've never been to a Falcons game at Mercedes-Benz. Was it a Tennessee game we covered many moons ago when that stadium first opened? It actually was the second sporting event ever in there. Tennessee played Georgia Tech on Labor Day night. I went down there and covered that game. So I've been there for a college game and never for a Falcons game.
Well, maybe we'll have to go to another one, but this time let's hope that the Falcons win because that was heartbreaking. But, I will say this. It was a pretty close game towards the end there. We had a chance.
Yeah, despite four interceptions, you guys lost by 4 points.
Right.
Yeah.
We had a big chance. So, it wasn't like, and everyone was still, how sometimes you lose so bad, everyone's leaving and going home.
Yeah.
Like everyone was still in there to the final minutes.
You saw a national championship college winning coach on the other sidelines, Jim Harbaugh.
There you go.
Over there for the Chargers.
Yeah, sure. Yay. And then also my guy McConkey, he had a good game on the other side. But...
The school you root for in college, and he goes to the NFL, and then he's playing against the team you root for there.
Yeah,
that's what Lad McConkey played at Georgia.
We needed him at the Falcons.
So as we check our receipts, as we just alluded to, Kristen, you lost your NFL game.
Sure did.
You're now 7-3. You did win your college game, though, picking South Carolina outright winner over Clemson. So good job with that. You're 6-5 in college. I also won my college game. Syracuse was plus 11 against Miami. Syracuse won outright, upset Miami.
Yeah, rub it in.
And in the NFL, I won that too. 9-1, white hot in the NFL. Amazing run here. The Panthers, I had plus 6, and they lost by 3 to Tampa Bay. So now we have this week's picks to get to. College, there's only 12 games. It's conference championship week, so not a ton of games this week. Who are you going with?
Which one are we doing? College?
College.
I'm going to go with the Georgia Bulldogs.
Oh, I haven't heard that one in a couple weeks.
Yep, going with the Georgia Bulldogs. It's going to be a big game.
They're playing Texas.
Plus 2.5.
In the SEC championship, a rematch. The only team to beat Texas this year was Georgia. They were an underdog in that game. Now they're an underdog again in this game. And you're going with Georgia plus 2.5 in Mercedes-Benz.
Whoop, whoop.
You're just there against Texas. I'm going to go Big 12 championship game. The alma mater of Dave Dirks, the Fighting Cyclones of Iowa State. They're playing Arizona State in the Big 12 championship game. I'm going to take Iowa State. They're a 2-point underdog. So I'll take Iowa State plus 2 over Arizona State. Then in the NFL, you're going with a game that's happening the first game of the week, Thursday night.
Oh, yeah, I am. Thursday game.
Lions, Packers.
I'm going to pick the Lions.
that's a heck of a game. Packers are 9-3, Lions are 11-1. That's probably the best game of the week in the NFL. It's on Thursday
That's
night.
why I picked it.
And you're taking the Lions -3 at home against the Packers. So Kristen's going to go with the Lions. I'm going to go with the Arizona Cardinals. They are -2.5 at home against Seattle. Cardinals have lost 2 in a row. I think they got to really win this one. So I'm going to take the Cardinals -2.5.
Awesome.
So those are our picks. The final thing we do on Off Air is we try something, and I'm going to hijack this segment and say we're going to try some Mama Goetz's apple pie.
Gosh.
That
I even asked you about this
I know.
today.
I was a great liar deflector earlier. Now it doesn't look great
because
because
it was weird. I asked you about the apple pie, if you got your apple pie, and you were just like, "Yeah, it was fine."
Yeah, this is it. My mom, Adrian. Obviously, I'm biased, but I think she makes the best apple pie around.
And you said you have to eat it cold.
Got to eat it cold. So each got a fork. We're gonna eat this together.
Mama Goetz, thank you so much for making this.
So apple pie, my favorite, and obviously now, living away, if my mom comes and visits, not every time, but on the holidays, maybe she'll bring a pie, or I go home. Okay, not every time, but sometimes we'll get a pie.
Look at that.
So she was bringing it down, and she watches the podcast. So appreciate. And last week we were talking about this, and she said, "You make sure you take a piece for Kristen to try." I'm like, "Mom, we don't need to do that. It was just on the podcast. Let me enjoy it." And she's like, "You better take a piece of pie to Kristen." So I'm only doing this because I don't want to upset Mama Goetz.
Oh, so you didn't want to share with me?
No, I did not. I'm doing this because my mom is making me. Even at 39 years old, my mom is making me do things.
She's making you share.
I know. So you go ahead.
Your poor brother.
First. You're on the crust first. The crust is excellent.
Oh, is this the crust part?
That's the crust part back there.
Okay, well, I'm going to take this part too. It looks really good.
We always tell that, we tell my mom she should open up an apple pie store and just turn out apple pies. We get her back there turning out pie after pie after pie.
Oh my gosh. That is delicious.
All right. Now you're not just saying that to make Mama Goetz happy, are you?
No, that is incredible. The crust she makes the crust homemade, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh. Mama Goetz, 10 out of 10. Best thing we've had on the podcast.
I agree. Obviously, I'm biased, but yeah, this is still, again, this is the only thing I ever want.
Thank
You're welcome. Knock yourself out.
It's mine.
Yep. I'm going to.
Yep. Super good.
Yeah. So that was, I had to hijack the podcast and bring that in for you to try.
Okay. Well, I did bring a snack too. So we're just going to have a ton of snacks.
That's fun. Yeah. I figured you would. I wanted this to be a surprise. So the genuine reaction from Kristen. So I snuck it in when I came back before we shot this here. So I was glad that I didn't run into her, but I didn't want to tell her, "Hey, I got something," because I think she would have known what it was. So I played coy.
You really surprised me.
Played possum. So I want to get that genuine reaction.
I'm happy that Mama Goetz made you bring me some.
Yeah. You're welcome.
It is delicious. Okay, here's what I brought.
All right.
To go along with the pie. First, I figured we could have a drink.
What is that?
So this, and it fits with the Thanksgiving theme, actually. This is Poppy. Have you ever had Poppy soda?
Never heard of it.
So it's soda, but it's good for your health.
Okay.
It's good for your gut.
What was that thing we drank a couple weeks ago that Liam was a big fan of?
Matcha. That's like a tea. Okay. This is actually like a soda, but it's a prebiotic soda. And it's got apple cider vinegar and stuff. Again, it's supposed to be good for your stomach. With
prebiotics, that's what I think of is in yogurt, right? Is that the prebiotic?
I think
so it's like drinking a thing of yogurt.
So this says, sip, sip, this is their new holiday flavor. Okay. Sip, sip, celebrate. The holiday season is back, and so is this fan-fave festive flavor. Because who needs gifts when you can have this refreshing, bubbly, crantastic soda instead? Crack it open, share with loved ones, and get merry with cranberry. Happy holidays from your friends at Poppy. And there you go. It's cranberry fizz flavored. So.
Kristen sounds like she actually, is talks on for a living. Very. No, it looks like okay. So cranberry flavor,
and it's infused with apple cider vinegar.
Cheers! All right. How much sugar's in this stuff here?
Not a lot at all.
Oh, good.
So it's 25 calories. which is very reasonable. Like a soda, like a big soda has like
Yeah.
150 something.
Only 4 grams of sugar. There you go. Okay.
What do you think? Do you like it? Do you like soda yet?
I mean, it's okay. I mean, it's fine.
You wouldn't buy this though?
No way. I mean, I'm going to finish my. It's not bad enough that I won't finish the glass.
What's the score? 10 out of 10. 1 out of 10. 1 to 10.
I'll give it a 5. I mean, it's just
a 5. Okay.
What are you giving it?
I like Poppy.
Do you drink this a lot?
So I've not had this flavor. I was very interested to try the new cranberry flavor. I like the cherry limeade, and then they make like a strawberry lemonade one that I think is really good. And so I drink those quite a bit. I'd give this like a 7 though.
Yeah, it's
pretty good though. Okay, so our next thing.
Oh, that wasn't it?
No, that's not it.
Oh.
I brought a snack too. I didn't know you were going to bring a snack.
Okay.
So last week we did matcha lattes because Liam likes matcha. Well, have you ever had mochi? Also,
I think that was 2 weeks ago we did the matcha.
Oh.
Last week we did the Takis.
This week we're doing my mochi ice cream.
Ice cream?
Okay, so what this is it's like ice cream balls.
Okay.
But mochi is Japanese.
Okay.
It's like a Japanese rice paste.
All right.
So I guess it's like a Japanese rice paste, but what they've done is they take that and then they put ice cream in the middle.
Okay.
So these are the holiday flavors: hot cocoa and sugar cookie.
Okay. Do I get to pick or where?
You're going to try both.
Oh, okay. We'll get
It says, in 1993, a Japanese confectioner combined traditional mochi with ice cream in Los Angeles. Today, we wrap our sweet, pillowy rice dough around premium ice cream to give you a uniquely chilled, delicious, dual texture experience. How do you feel about that?
I kind of just tuned you out when you got there about a sentence. I just want to try it. I don't care about it.
All right. So here's the hot cocoa.
Okay.
Oh, no.
That's like an oxymoron. It's hot cocoa and it's ice cream. All right, here. So, it's all gooey.
Oh, it is.
No,
wait. You don't.
I'm gonna get the fork. What do you mean? I can scoop it like this.
Okay.
It's all gooey. Yeah.
No, it's pillowy. God, you ate the whole thing.
What was I supposed to do?
How do you not have a brain freeze? You just take a little bite.
It's fine.
Are you okay?
There's no brain freeze, believe me. I've had plenty. Not a brain freeze.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
The texture's kind of weird.
It is. It's like a little.
It's like a mushy.
It's a little slimy. Yeah, but why are you crying?
Because I was laughing.
Tears of happiness.
Okay.
Okay, it wasn't that big. I mean, you took like 14 bites to finish it. I don't know that being dramatic.
This tastes like a Wendy's Frosty.
No, it doesn't.
Mm-hmm.
No.
A Wendy's Frosty.
No.
Mm-hmm. Okay, what do you give it?
I'll give that a 8. I'll give that an 8. It was good.
It?
Yeah, it was good.
Are you going to eat this one in one bite too?
I don't see why not. If it's just like the other one, I don't think I'm going to like this one as much because I'm not a big sugar. I'm not a big sugar cookie guy. I don't think I'm going to like this one as much.
Oh,
but,
the texture.
Man, you make such a mess in here when we do this now with all these things.
Okay. I can't open this. Can you open it?
Yeah.
The texture is kind of.
It wasn't great.
Kind of funky. That's that word. You're gonna use a fork again? Okay, there you go. Ah!
Oh, saved by the wrapper.
It's got a little powdered sugar like thing on it too. Okay. This one is sugar cookie flavored ice cream with sugar cookie pieces. Does it taste like cotton candy to you?
No, I get the sugar cookie part. I'm gonna give this one a 6.
So you like the chocolate better?
I like chocolate one better. This one, let me give it 7. I'll give it 7.
I think I like this one better. I think it's pretty good.
Okay.
I don't know that I would go get this Like, I'm not going to be like, yeah, you know what's so good? Some My Mochi.
Mhm.
You know? Like, I probably just get a gallon of ice cream.
But if somebody had it, you'd be like, oh, yeah, I like those. I'll have one. Yeah.
Yeah.
And they come in a pack of 6. So nice little treat.
There we go.
Okay.
All right. That's my snacks for the day.
Well, that was very nice. We had a festive. You're going to finish this pie now, too. Once we.
I absolutely am going to finish
Okay.
that pie.
So we're going to, kind of wrap it up here. We do have, I think that was my fork. I think yours is over there.
Oh.
But
Whatever.
get a little excited when we get to the pie. We're getting into parade season.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, this podcast coming out before we actually participate. We're both going to be at the Bristol parade on Thursday. We'll be out there. You're going to be out doing some live shots pre-parade and then walking in the parade. And I have graciously stepped up and volunteered to drive our Storm Tracker vehicle.
Oh, yeah, graciously. He's going to be warm in the vehicle.
Somebody has to drive it. It will not drive itself.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
And I said, if no one else is offered, which
just like 2 years ago, you were like, "Oh, I'll drive." 2 years ago too, and 2 years ago, Paul drove, and you just sat on the passenger.
No, I drove. I drove 2 years ago. I was not able to make it last year to the parade, but I will be back this year driving. Dave said earlier in the week, he said Thursday is going to be unpleasant weather. I believe he said not going to be pretty on Thursday, just cold. I think he said the high is going to be like 33, and that's going to be in the morning, and then it's going to all day.
I'm not looking forward to that.
So it's just a pure coincidence that the weather happens to be very cold that I just offer to drive the Storm Tracker.
Oh, yeah, of course. Thank you for taking one for the team.
I will gladly unlock the door to let you in anytime you want to warm up for a minute.
I think you should let me drive some. We'll switch off halfway.
Okay, that's on it for consideration. I'm not going to commit to it, but I will take that under advisement as the closer we get to being in the parade. So we can talk about how that was down the line.
Episode of Off Air.
Yes, which, by the way, we're not going to be doing one next week. Just let everyone. So you okay over there?
That's fine.
Okay, yeah, no off air next week, but we will be back the week after that. Just our schedule's not going to line up next week and enable us to do one. So we're going to skip next week. We'll be back in 2 weeks. Again, we want to thank Food City for sponsoring Off Air. We appreciate it, guys. Thank you so much. Thank you for watching. Hope you have a great couple of weeks, and we will see you the week before Christmas.
Bye.